All right, in this explainer, we're going to break down a powerful blueprint for effectiveness. We're talking about a framework for building a life that's not just successful on the surface, but one that's sustainable and truly fulfilling, at its core.
Okay, let's start with something that might hit a little close to home. Does this sound familiar? So many of us are crushing our career goals, right? We're achieving what looks like amazing success from the outside, but we feel this constant tension because we look around and realize it's come at a huge cost to our personal lives, to our families.
Or hey, maybe this is you. Your calendar is just jammed. You are always on the go. But there's that little voice in the back of your head wondering, is what I'm doing right now actually going to matter in the long run?
And for all you leaders out there, maybe this one gets you. You expect a lot from your team. You're putting in the work, but you just don't feel that loyalty back. It almost feels like if you weren't there pushing things forward, nothing would get done. So look, these feelings, this frustration, this imbalance, they are super common. But here's the thing, they aren't the real problems. They're just the symptoms. The real question we have to ask is, what's the actual cause underneath it all?
The answer? Well, it lies in a really big shift in focus. It's about moving away from all those surface-level quick fixes and instead getting down to the foundation of any lasting success, which is your character.
For a long time, so much of the advice out there has been about the personality ethic. Things like your social image, clever techniques, just thinking positive thoughts. But those are just band-aids. True, lasting success is actually built on the character ethic. We're talking about foundational principles like integrity, humility, and courage. It's about who you are, not just the image you're trying to project.
Now, to make that jump from personality to character, first we've got to understand our paradigms. A paradigm is basically the map you use to see the world. It's the lens you look through. But it's not the world itself, right? It's just your explanation of it.
Just think about it this way. What if you were trying to find your way around Chicago, but you were using a map of Detroit? It wouldn't matter how great your attitude was or how hard you worked. You could run faster, be more positive, but you'd just get to the wrong place faster. The problem isn't your effort, it's the map.
And here's the key. While our personal maps can be wrong, the territory, reality, is governed by fixed principles. It reminds me of that story about the battleship captain who's demanding some light in the distance change course. And the response he gets back is simple, I'm a lighthouse. See, principles are the lighthouses. They don't move. You can't break them. You can only break yourself against them.
So if real success is all about aligning our maps with these true north principles, how do we even start? Well, it begins with using our most basic human power, the freedom to choose. This really gets to the heart of it. Between what happens to you, that's the stimulus, and how you react, that's the response, there is a little bit of space. And in that space lies all your power and your freedom to choose. That choice is everything.
You can actually hear the difference in the way people talk. Reactive language blames everything and everyone else. There's nothing I can do, or he makes me so mad. It's all about giving away responsibility. But proactive language, well, that's the language of choice. It's driven by your values. Let's look at our options. I control my own feelings. I will choose.
And this is so important. Until you can honestly say to yourself, I am where I am right now because of the choices I made yesterday, you can't really truly say, I choose something different for my future. Owning your past is the only way you get the power to create a new future.
Okay, so once you start proactively choosing how you respond, how do you actually get sustainable results? The answer lies in a really simple old story about a goose and a golden egg.
This brings us to what's called the P/PC balance. P stands for production. Those are the results, the golden eggs. And PC stands for production capability. That's the asset that makes the results. That's the goose. To be truly effective, you have to keep both in balance.
Let's take a look at a quick business example. So, a guy takes over a restaurant that's famous for its clam chowder. He wants to boost profits fast, so what does he do? He waters down the chowder, just a little. And hey, for about a month, it works. Costs go down, profits shoot up. He's getting more golden eggs.
But you know what happened next? The regulars started to notice. Word got around that the quality just wasn't there anymore. By focusing only on that short-term profit, the golden eggs, he completely destroyed his ability to produce. He killed the customer loyalty. He killed the great recipe. Essentially, he killed the goose.
And this PPC balance, it's absolutely universal. Think about your health.
You can't just focus on P, working 80-hour weeks, without investing in your PC, sleeping and eating well. And with your team at work, you can't just demand results without investing in their training and their well-being. You have to take care of the goose if you want to keep getting the egg.
So we've covered a lot: building on character, owning your response, and finding that balance. So how do you actually put this together, like right now? Here are 3 practical steps you can take.
First, build on principle. Start focusing more on your core character and your integrity and less on those quick-fix personality techniques. Second, own your response. In any situation, just pause and find that space between what happened and how you're going to react. Use your freedom to choose. And third, nurture your assets. Always, always keep that PPC balance in mind. Don't sacrifice the long-term health of your body, your business, or your relationships for a quick, short-term win.
Because in the end, this whole framework isn't really about just being more productive. It's about building a life of meaning. It's about being used for a purpose that you recognize as a mighty one. It's about creating a legacy of real, lasting success.
Now, building life and a business on these kinds of principles, well, it's a journey. If you're ready to start applying these ideas to move your own business forward and find more clients, you can book a free strategy call with CT Marketing. Just use the link right below.